Did you know that nighttime is when your body gets rid of toxins and repairs tissues? That's why it's so important to avoid certain foods like nuts, especially for people over 60. As a renowned neurologist and specialist in internal medicine, I've seen firsthand how small dietary choices can make a big difference in our health. Nuts may seem like a healthy snack, but did you know that eating them at night can lead to serious issues like high blood pressure and stroke? Eating the wrong things at the wrong time can cause major problems with your blood vessels, including the ones in your brain. It's crucial to know which foods can affect blood pressure and increase the risk of vascular dementia. That's why I am here to reveal the truth about nuts and help you make better food choices. If you're 60 or older, it is essential to pay attention because these foods can have a big impact on your sleep quality and overall health. By the end of this video, you'll understand how nuts affect your blood pressure and what other options you have for a good night's sleep. So let's get started. Alright, now picture this. You're settling in for the night, ready to relax after a long day. You might reach for a handful of nuts, a go-to snack for many. But here's where things get interesting. Certain nuts can disrupt the delicate balance of your blood pressure and even trigger blood clots, particularly for those of us over 60. Now, I know it sounds counterintuitive. We've been told for ages that nuts are a healthy choice, packed with vitamins, fibers, and good fats. But just like most things in life, it's all about balance, timing, and knowing which nuts can pose a risk to your health. Some nuts contain high levels of omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin E, which can thin your blood. While that's great for heart health, it can also lead to excessive bleeding if you already take blood-thinning medications like Plavix or warfarin. Imagine this. You're enjoying your nightly nut snack, unaware of the potential consequences. As the night goes on, these nuts can start to wreak havoc on your blood pressure, leading to an increased risk of stroke. It's a silent threat that you can't see or feel, but it's definitely there. The worst part, it can happen right under your nose while you sleep. Now let me explain how this works. See, our bodies do a lot of healing and repairing while we sleep, and that includes our blood vessels. They get a much-needed rest, allowing them to relax and widen up, which helps lower blood pressure. But here's where nuts come into play. Walnuts, pecans, and almonds, among others, they're notorious for slowing down this healing process. They can make our blood vessels tighter, which raises blood pressure and increases the chances of blood clots forming. And here's the kicker. This effect tends to be more significant in folks over 60. That's because as we age, our blood vessels naturally lose some of their flexibility, making them more susceptible to the tightening effects of certain nuts. It's like trying to bend a stiff pipe. You can try to force it, but it's not going to end well. The same goes for our arteries. When you add certain nuts into the mix, you're only making things worse. But don't worry, I'm here to help you navigate through this nutty maze. Stay tuned because I am about to share some simple solutions to keep your blood pressure in check and your arteries happy. Remember, knowledge is the key that unlocks better health. So stay with me as we uncover the truth behind nuts and blood pressure. But first, let me ask you a question. Do you often find yourself reaching for nuts as a go-to snack? If so, you're not alone. Nuts have long been touted as a healthy choice, praised for their nutritional benefits and convenient packaging. But as I've been hinting at, there's more to the story, especially when it comes to your blood pressure and brain health. Nuts are known for containing high levels of magnesium and potassium, which are essential for maintaining good health, especially as we get older. These minerals play a crucial role in regulating blood pressure and keeping our hearts healthy. Magnesium, in particular, helps to relax blood vessels, promoting better blood flow and reducing the risk of high blood pressure. Potassium, on the other hand, helps counterbalance the effects of salt in our bodies, further aiding in blood pressure regulation. However, Despite these benefits, nuts also contain a compound called phytosterols. Phytosterols are natural substances found in plants that can sometimes interfere with how our bodies absorb certain nutrients. In particular, they can reduce the absorption of vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. It acts as an anti-inflammatory agent, helping to relax blood vessels and promote overall cardiovascular health. When our bodies don't absorb enough vitamin D, it can lead to higher levels of inflammation and increased blood pressure. Low vitamin D levels have been associated with conditions like hypertension, making it an essential nutrient for our cardiovascular system. This means that eating too many nuts could potentially reduce your vitamin D levels, indirectly affecting your blood pressure and increasing the risk of cardiovascular issues. For instance, some studies suggest that consuming large amounts of nuts, especially those high in phytosterols, may lead to a reduction in vitamin D absorption. Picture this: you're enjoying a handful of nuts, thinking you're doing something good for your health. Little did you know that you're also reducing your body's ability to absorb vitamin D over time. This can lead to elevated blood pressure levels, putting extra strain on your heart and blood vessels. It's like a hidden cost that you don't immediately see, but it can catch up with you in unexpected ways. The problem is that many of us don't realize the connection between nut consumption, vitamin D absorption, and blood pressure. We tend to focus on the immediate benefits of nuts without considering the long-term consequences. But knowledge is power, and understanding these connections is the first step towards making informed choices about our diet. So if you're concerned about your blood pressure or want to ensure your cardiovascular health, consider cutting back on nuts, especially those with high phytosterol content. By doing so, you're not only protecting your heart, but also preserving the health of your blood vessels, including those precious arteries that supply blood to your brain. Speaking of brains, have you ever wondered what happens to your brain when you experience high blood pressure or reduced blood flow? Well, let me tell you, it's not pretty. High blood pressure can damage the walls of your arteries, leading to a condition called atherosclerosis. This is where the inner lining of your arteries becomes inflamed and clogged with fat, cholesterol, and other substances, forming a sticky substance called plaque. Plaque narrows your arteries, restricting blood flow and raising the risk of blood clots. This poses a significant risk to your brain, especially to the small blood vessels known as the Circle of Willis. This unique network of arteries supplies blood to your brain. When the Circle of Willis gets blocked, it can starve your brain of oxygen and essential nutrients, leading to a stroke. Even worse, the damage caused by high blood pressure can weaken the walls of your arteries, causing them to bulge or rupture. This can lead to an aneurysm, a ballooning of the artery wall that puts immense pressure on your brain. If an aneurysm ruptures, it can cause a life-threatening internal bleed. These conditions, including atherosclerosis, blood clots, stroke, and aneurysms, can lead to vascular dementia. This is a devastating condition that affects a person's ability to think, reason, and perform everyday tasks due to impaired blood flow in the brain. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing you can't remember anything. Simple tasks become challenges, and the world around you seems alien. That's the harsh reality of vascular dementia. It's a constant struggle for individuals and their families, emphasizing the urgency for preventive measures. And here's the kicker. All of these conditions are largely preventable. Making smart food choices and being aware of your daily nut intake can make a world of difference. By reducing your intake of certain nuts, especially those with high phytosterol content, you're taking a proactive step towards safeguarding your brain health. Remember, knowledge is the key that unlocks a healthier, brighter future. Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep advocating for your own well-being. You deserve it. So the next time you reach for a snack, think twice before you dig into that pack of nuts. Your brain will thank you for it. And if you've made it this far into the video, chances are you're as intrigued by the connection between what we eat and how our bodies function. To continue expanding your knowledge and diving deeper into the world of health and nutrition, I invite you to stay tuned for more insightful videos. So please click that subscribe button to join our growing community. Let's embark on this journey of discovery together. And always remember, you have the power to shape your health and well-being. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and embrace the power of informed choices.